Hello and welcome to Assorted Crackers. I'm Eric. I'm here with Lee and I'm here with Wilson, and we are here for another episode. And this is a kind of a special, unique episode. As we round out 2024, we're going to spend some time today talking about, again, in the spirit of try new flavors, what are some new flavors you tried this past year that you remember and that you want to talk about and share stories about? Does that sound good?
Love it. Let's do it.
Sounds great. Let's go.
2024, let's do it. I will say, there seems to be a habit on social media of talking about all the horrible things that happened this past year. And boy, I can't wait for this year to be done. Let's start the new year. That's not us.
No.
We're optimistic. We're positive, and we had a great year. I think, again, we can talk about all the bad things. There are plenty of things that didn't go the way we'd hoped, but there's a lot of things that we enjoyed, that we tried, again, in the spirit of new flavors, we tried for the first time. I think that would be a great topic to talk about. So, what are some of the things in 2024 that you tried, that you remember, that you highlight, that you would want to share with your listeners?
I mean, gee whiz. How about a podcast?
Right out of the gate.
Right out of the gate. I mean, look, we talked about this.
Example.
We talked about this over and over again. We talked about the fact that things are better done than done right. We are having fun.
I remember that.
This is one of the things. I mean, I've so enjoyed my time with you guys. I mean, really, we talked about it being intentional with our friends and doing things with each other and how that energizes us. And so doing this podcast is definitely a new flavor. I mean, it was pretty awkward getting in front of the camera and getting in front of the microphone here the first time. And you know, if we didn't have that first time, then we would be able to move on. So,
well, I'm just glad we just put ourselves out there to do it.
That's right. That's right.
And here we are on, I mean, we're well into the late teens with our episodes. We've got well over 1,000 downloads. I mean, look, we're not the biggest thing on Apple right now. Not yet, but it's fun. And here's the thing, the other thing I love about it. I love being intentional, to your words, but I also love being spontaneous. I will say when we sit down and make our New Year's resolutions, I didn't have a resolution to start a podcast. This started because the three of us were sitting around, goofing around one day at Wilson's lake house. And I think Wilson kind of made this random comment about, we feel like we're hilarious and entertaining and we should start a podcast. And we did.
This is my fault.
This is all your fault.
So that's a good one to start with, Lee.
Because we all listen to podcasts and we all enjoy them. And we were like, well, why not? Why not? Let's just do one.
I remember that. We were kind of giving you a hard, like, why not?
Okay,
that's motivation.
These are the conversations we have when we're grilling steaks and we're hanging out.
Yeah.
This is just the fun stuff that we do. So
exactly.
So that'd be one thing.
Okay.
That I know that I tried in 24.
Yep.
Okay. And
I'm glad you tried that with us.
Yeah, I am too. I think the other thing that for me is I've always tried to be intentional, but I think that this year has been one where I have pushed myself to have a better mindset.
Like optimistic, positive?
Like optimistic, yeah. So
the chief encouragement officer needs some optimism? Is that what you're saying?
It is. It is some.
I thought that was your superpower.
It is my superpower. I think it is, and I want to make sure it stays my superpower. But I mean, I think that also, if you don't take time to think about how you were, I think we all have mindset issues. There's things that might limit us. Somebody says you can be president. Somebody says, well, no, you can't. But you can. You just got to get past the butt stuff.
You're losing the good chair next time. Freaking hell.
So,
holy cow.
Hey, what else?
Oh my gosh.
What are some other new things you tried in 2020?
All right, I'm gonna change it. You know what? My son got married.
Yes. I was there.
And
Lee was there.
It's been a great year. Year 2 with my granddaughter. My other son gets married to a wonderful young lady. Life couldn't get.
No,
we're doing this podcast. Life could not be any better.
And that, seriously, that wedding was amazing.
It was a lot of fun.
You know what was better than the wedding?
What?
The reception. That
The
was
reception
incredible.
was fun.
And that's the first time I ever heard the term post toast. Did I get that right? Post toast. Are you familiar, Lee?
Yes, I am.
I'm not. Obviously, both my
This is
children.
a new thing.
Yeah. So there's the wedding
wait.
for sure, and then there's the rehearsal dinner before the wedding.
Have you been saving?
And then there's a reception afterward. But apparently, somewhere in there is a post toast.
Yeah. Have you been
Yes, the
saving?
post toast is for all the people that come in from out of town that are not
Let me talk to you about
invited to the rehearsal dinner.
Let me talk to you about a home equity line of credit.
Yeah.
Anyway, we move on, but it was a absolutely wonderful time, and we are very blessed
Congratulations, John and Rainey, and that was a
have
great
two
wedding.
wonderful daughter-in-laws. Anyway,
It's awesome.
Awesome stuff.
And so you mentioned your second year with your first grandbaby,
Yes,
but you got one on the way.
we've got one on the way that's due in the middle of January.
Oh my gosh,
Man,
that is amazing.
It is unbelievable. Awesome stuff.
you're a trailblazer.
Well, not really, but between the
amongst
four of us
us.
sitting here,
Amongst
I
us,
am.
you are.
Amongst us, I mean, I don't have any grandchildren.
I'm taking notes, so I'll pass them out afterwards.
All right,
Yeah.
that'll work. Not that you had anything to do with that.
No,
So nothing other than starting a podcast with three of my best friends. But I did it. We talked about this in an earlier episode. First time I've ever had an encounter with a manatee. That was
You spanked a manatee.
I did tap a manatee. I didn't spank him. I tapped him with my paddle.
You tapped it.
I just want to make. I didn't tell you the full story on the last episode. So this thing was sitting on the shoreline. We were in kayaks.
sitting there in a lawn chair.
I thought it was in the water. No, it's on the shoreline.
on the edge of the marsh.
You know,
Relax.
what was her name?
Stop. Manatee. So we're paddling up, and I came up to this thing, and I thought it was something dead that was floating, and so I tapped it with my paddle, and it got really upset with me, and it splashed its tail and swam off. So I had a manatee encounter as part of that same trip. I think you guys know I like to ride my bike. Susan and I have ridden our bikes in Missouri. We've ridden our bikes in Ohio. We've ridden our bikes in Mississippi. We hit some trails in Georgia on some of the islands there. That was a first for us. I think the big thing for us is we broke ground on our weekend lake house. And
Yes.
I've talked about that a lot with you guys.
That's a big deal.
It's taken a little longer than I'd hoped, but we're sitting here. It's January. We think we're really, really close to being able to actually.
When you bought appliances, you're really close.
We have purchased appliances, so it's.
Well,
it's
when
time.
you get out of the winter doldrums, your house will be ready.
I can't wait.
That's something to look forward to.
Are we going to do a
to keep
remote?
you happy.
Yes,
We're going to do a remote cast there.
I am committed to us doing a broadcast episode recording from our lake house, from our little log cabin.
Looking forward to it.
That's going to be awesome.
So yeah, it's been a series of things. It really has. But I've enjoyed a lot of this. But no kidding, this podcast has for sure been my favorite.
Oh yeah,
Awesome.
2024 has been a great year for sure.
Can't wait for the future.
Anything else that again, it doesn't have to be huge, but anything else, and again, in the spirit of trying new flavors that you tried. Like for example, I went to my first Japanese whiskey bar and had my first Japanese. Did you know that was a thing?
Yes.
There were at least.
I have had Japanese whiskey, but I didn't really know there was a specific Japanese whiskey bar.
There were
How
40
was
or
the
50 bottles that were, along the bar. How was the what?
How was
Lee, it was a Japanese whiskey bar in the public in
I'm talking
Minneapolis,
about the
Minnesota.
finish of the whiskey when you were drinking.
Oh, I got you. So it finished like it actually had a bit of a coffee finish.
Really? Mm-hmm. They do a lot of blending and finishing is important in the Japanese whiskey. That's what they're known for, is how they finish the whiskey.
I took your question a whole nother way, and I apologize. But
No
yes.
worries.
No
worries.
That is a good question. When many of the flavors that we've tried have sort of traditional tasting notes, but you could absolutely pick up the coffee in this, and it was nice. It was super smooth. I think we had 3 or 4 different. Again, we had a kind of a sampler, and it was nice. That was the first time I'd been to a Japanese whiskey bar.
All
So
right.
that was fun.
I like it.
Very cool.
So what else? 2024. What'd you do?
Man, it was. I think we've covered it.
Really?
You know what,
That's
guys?
it?
Hey, listen.
I can't think of
at
anything.
the end of the day, when we're having conversations, what else have you tried? How about what's in front of you right now?
What do you got?
We have
What do you
3
got?
blind tastings.
3.
3 blind mice.
Yeah, that's where we could end up with. But the one in front of you in the very front would be taste 1.
Okay.
Give it a nose. Tell me what you think. Nose them. And then what I would like for you to do after we nose these is I'd like for you to tell me what you think about them. And then let's rank them 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
And then after that, we'll see if we can reveal what they are.
Lee's pick is one of my favorite parts of the podcast. It really is. A, you're incredibly generous. You bring really nice things into the room for us to try. But
Well, I would
B,
say that's
it's
another
opened
great
up my
thing we've
palate.
done this year is tried a lot of good bourbons.
We've think about it. There's a I had
and
my
we're not, I mean,
I had my very
it's been
first
good.
I had my very first Pappy this year, courtesy of my friend Lee.
There
Thank
you go.
you, sir.
There you go.
I shot my very first pintail this year, courtesy of my friend Wilson.
Wow.
You guys have been influential on my life this year.
And then really important stuff.
No kidding. Between
Yeah.
the Pappies and the pintails. Okay, so we're nosing this and
What do you get on the nose?
spice.
Yeah, I get some, it's kind of ethery. I don't,
So open when you if you're feeling ether, then one of
Open my
one
mouth.
of the things you want to do when you feel like you have some ether on the front end, or you put your nose into the nosing glass. One of the things you want to do is you want to open your mouth just a little bit, and
Holy cow.
when you breathe in, if you guys didn't hear this in the background, toast.
that's Eric's rabbit.
It's
going
Eric's
freaking
rabbit,
bananas.
and I promise you, it's weird because you would think there were 2 in there, but
To be
there's
clear,
only
it's my
one.
daughter's rabbit, but I am caring for it.
I'm getting some fruit.
You get some fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You get
when
past the spice.
again, so if you feel like there's some spice or there's some ether on the top, just make sure you open your mouth when you breathe in. And that way, the ether
this is the
passes,
part where
it
our
passes straight through your nose and out your mouth, and therefore you pick up the smell, and it doesn't
Our
mess with the
listeners get to
olfactory cords.
hear us breathing through our noses.
That's right. That's
It's
right.
fruity, though. There's some fruit. It's a good color on that, though. It's got some good legs.
You're on one.
That wasn't the question. The question was, what do you think of the flavor? But go ahead with your legs and your color.
I mean, let's have the whole experience here.
Okay. We're rushing him, Lee.
Don't rush, Wilson.
Savor.
Don't
Savor
rush
the
Wilson.
moment.
It's smooth.
Yeah, it's got a nice hug on it, though. It's good.
Little tighter. Okay.
Okay. So what? You're on number 1 or number
Yeah.
2, number 3? Which one are you on?
I'm on 1.
Well, we're on.
We're going.
It's time for you.
You
You
call
need
the
to
shots. 2.
Get busy.
We're moving
Let's
to
go.
2?
Tell me what's your difference between 1, 2, and 3. Let's go.
Oh goodness.
You
Yeah.
cleanse your palate. Tell me what you think. I mean, this is. I will tell you, there is one thing that is common with all 3 of these.
All right,
Sorry,
so
I
number
just-
2.
Butterscotch.
Yeah,
You got that?
Okay.
that's good.
That's very different than
That's
the
got a very nice nose on it.
and the butterscotch is even there in the taste.
Okay.
And you're saying it's got something in common with 1?
Yes, I am. I think
That
they're
is
all
a
3
totally different.
Yeah.
totally different.
It
Totally different
feels like it's a
flavor
different
profile.
family.
Okay. All right. Tell me what you got on 3.
Okay. Okay.
Cleanse your palate.
I'm getting low on water.
You should hydrate. It's very important.
We talked about that in our winter doldrums session. Now this feels closer to number 1. 3 and 1 are I can see them coming from the same family.
Okay.
2 is different. I don't know why, but it's definitely different.
Okay.
A lot of similarities between 3 and 1.
So what are you thinking about? You got what's your favorite? 1, 2, or 3 so far?
I'm saying 2 is my favorite.
I like 2 as well. I mean, you know me. I like to be able to pick up all the flavors and the notes, and 2 is showing off a little bit right now. 3 is
There's something about the finish on number 3. It's a little different.
and maybe because you're drinking it out of a rocks glass versus a Glen.
No, but
Glencairn.
that's not going to matter. But I mean, it's
3 is
it's
it's a little harsh. I
but
shouldn't
it's-
say harsh. That's not the right word.
it's thicker.
I agree with you. that
I think
2
I think
2 has a fantastic taste. 3 is a little hotter, and it's got a lot more legs.
but see, I thought 1 was hotter than 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
But 3 has a thickness. I don't know. The finish is just, I don't know. It's thicker. Or
If I was to guess, I would say 3 is a little older. Maybe it's sat in the barrel a little longer.
Maybe.
That'd be my guess.
It's interesting.
So if I was to go in order, 2 is my favorite.
Yep.
Okay.
3 is my second favorite, and then 1.
I would agree with that.
2, 3, 1.
2, 3, 1.
I would say that too.
2, 3, 1. Okay. All right, guys.
What did we do?
So today, my pick. I'm going to go 2, 3, 1 also.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I know that sounds crazy.
That is unbelievable.
That's not
How
fun.
can we all be the same?
No, well, I know. I agree with you 100%. I do like number 3
Yeah.
from the standpoint. I feel like it's a higher proof.
Yep.
Okay, so
It's a higher proof.
like a higher proof. It has the legs on it are a little better
No, but
when you look at it.
I thought 1, and maybe it's just because of the timing of how we drank these, but I thought 1 was hotter than 3.
Okay, well they're
Yeah,
very
yeah.
similar. They're very similar.
One
So the
covered it up a little
So
bit
the
more.
one thing that they have all in common is
Okay.
they are all finished in sherry casks.
Okay,
Okay,
but they don't all taste the same.
not a bit.
no, they don't. Well, I mean, I don't know the mash bills because they were undisclosed.
Well,
That's fine.
But the first one, number
But I would
one,
think the sherry cask would equalize to some point. But they
there should have been some kind of nutty. I mean, and I felt like I do feel like there was some kind of a nutty flavor that you would get in that kind of smooths it out. That's typical, I think, of all the sherry casks I've had. They have some kind of a nutty at the end. However, I felt like that number 2 really, really took advantage of that. And
I would agree. I would say 2 is the best all around as far as from beginning to end.
I think we've all landed on 2. You got to tell us what 2 is.
So number 2. So number 1. Did I tell you what number 1 was?
You did not.
I'm
sorry.
You haven't told us
that
anything.
Bidley is.
That would be Blood Oath.
Oh. So
Blood Oath.
is that the same
Lux
Blood
Road.
Oath we tried at the Halloween episode? Is that the same
It
Blood Oath?
is. Oh, no. This is different.
Okay.
I finished that one.
Okay.
Good for you.
Gone.
So this is the, I believe, 2022 Blood Oath, which was finished in a sherry cask. And each one of those each year is finished out. It's a 98.6 proof. And then number 2 was Rabbit Hole Derringer 93 proof.
Can I just say, Rabbit Hole has been doing some good stuff lately.
Yes, they have.
And that's one, if it's not on your list, put it on your list because it's not super pricey. It's super available.
Very available.
And they do good stuff.
Yes.
They really are good at what they do. I would agree with that because every Rabbit Hole I've had has been very good.
Yes. The third one we had was Nelson Brothers, which is 100 proof.
Yeah.
And that's a Tennessee. It's out of Nashville.
But it's sherry cask.
And it's sherry cask. And they do a really good job too. I really like their cask strength stuff, and I like this all by itself. All 3 of these are very good by themselves. Head to head in a blind, I definitely think I like the Rabbit Hole better.
Well, I appreciate you
Rabbit Hole's
keeping the blinds all in the sherry cask because it really shows what different flavor profiles you can get with 3 different distilleries, but they all finished in the sherry cask. So I think that's pretty neat. And even though they all have different profiles.
And I think from a value and hard to find, I mean, Blood Oath comes out once a year.
Yeah, that's hard.
So it's hard to get. All right. So maybe easier, but it's only once a year. Every year, every day, you should be able to find the Rabbit Hole and the Nelson Brothers on the shelf. I would say the Rabbit Hole may be the most economical out of all of them, and turns out it was the best.
One of our favorites.
So second or third time, I don't know, multiple times at the end of the day, we find out that you don't have to spend a lot of money to find great bourbon. And I think that's an important thing for you as a listener or as somebody that's out there looking for what they want in a bourbon. You don't have to go spend a lot of money. You just need to try new flavors.
Just because it has a high price tag doesn't mean it's better than something else.
Or if it's hard to find, it doesn't mean it's great.
Yeah.
So Lee, we talked about new flavors in 2024. You have brought in at least 24 different bourbons just for these podcasts. So here's a question.
Okay.
Of the bourbons we've tried, what stands out And I'm going to let you sit on that, Lee, because you're the one. You're the host. Wilson, what stands out? Good, bad, or indifferent? What stands out of the bourbons we've tried on this podcast in 2024?
I think all the different kinds of flavors.
Yeah, but pick one that stands out. Yep.
That's a hard question.
So while you're pondering that, do you remember? This would have been like October. There was one that Lee brought in, and he had a grin on his face when he walked into the room, called Jacob's Pardon. Do you remember Jacob's Pardon? Oh, man.
That lit us up?
That, I still have blisters on my palate from that guy.
But the good news is you've been pardoned.
I've been pardoned. And we joke, but it really was, my issue, you guys, if you listen to this show, I like lower proofs because the hotter ones tend to burn out my palate and I don't pick up all the notes. That Jacob's Pardon had depth and flavor and finish. It did the full ride. Mm-hmm. But it was hot. That was what, 145 proof, something like that? It was a burner.
Well, I think it's 145.6.
So, but that for some reason that stands out.
It totally stands out. It's the hottest one I've had, and it was it's really good if you're prepared for it.
I thought one of the funnest bourbon tastings we did was when we did between the Weller full proofs between the two barrel picks.
Yeah,
to see the difference between two different liquor stores.
We had one from Cheers and one from Corks.
Yep. And just to, how different they are as a flavor, or between the different barrels. I thought that was pretty cool. So I thought that was one of my favorites.
So Lee, I know you brought them all into the room, but do you have one that you would say, let's point to this as a standout for good, bad, or indifferent?
I don't think I can ever pick a favorite child.
Not favorite, just one that stands out.
No. So I'm gonna back up. I'm not gonna answer that question because the simple way I'll answer that question is one of my favorite things about bourbon. Besides understanding, I think I've described what a full ride would be when you drink bourbon, and I thought about this week in particular. Every barrel of bourbon is like a child. So it has the DNA, which comes from the barrel. It comes from the mash bill that you have, whether it's rye and corn and barley, or whether it's rye and wheat and barley. At the end of the day, what really matters is that recipe that goes in. But every stave that goes into that barrel, where it came from, is the people or the influences, the family, the friends that influence the bourbon over the years. And so as I've thought about this year in review, I think about that's why I like bourbon, is because it tends to make you think about all the influences that you had throughout the year that make a difference, whether it was a hot summer or a cold winter, or whether that wood was raised next to an apple orchard or a tobacco farm. But that brings on the flavors, and that's kind of how we are. And no single barrel is the same, just like all of us.
And a lot of the things that we are trying, I mean, most of the stuff is a little older, but some of these things went into the barrel during the pandemic, or during some difficult years, and look at what's coming out of that.
I cannot wait for 2025.
2025 is going to be something that, because we've been focused on being intentional, I'm using your words. What are you intentional about, Lee? What is one thing that you are going to try in 2025?
For me, in 2025, I have two things I'm going to try.
I said one.
I know, but
You're not a rule follower.
I know I'm not a rule follower, but the two things I want to work on in 2025 is I want to be a deeper thinker and I want to ask better questions.
I will support that. Wilson, deeper thinker, better questions. Where are you going with that?
I mean, if you could see me on camera, I'm a little dumbfounded right now.
Gobstruck is what.
I mean, Lee's throwing out the double pistols like I have just, and I just don't know how to come back from that.
So you can be your own person in this answer.
I understand, but
I'm a little woo woo.
You're very woo. I mean, it's like chief encouragement officer. Here we go.
So you got your first boy grandchild coming.
Yes.
In 2025.
Can't wait.
So I remember my dad telling me that when I was born, my grandfather put a duck decoy and a toy gun in my crib and said he's going to be a duck hunter. Ooh. And so I am hoping that Wilson V will be a lover of duck hunting.
Did y'all hear that?
Wait a minute. Did you give this child its name, or have Will and Chandler agreed to this?
I don't know if Will or Chandler.
Wait a minute.
No. It's official.
So anyway,
Wilson
I am
V.
very excited about hopefully that my grandson will love to duck hunt.
I think if you manifest it and he wants to spend time with you, then he'll be out in the wooded area with water under his feet.
Little life jacket on.
Well, we've talked about it.
He'll be floating with shotguns around him.
Well, just being out there with my kids, it's just very special. And so I can't wait. I can't imagine what my dad thought about hunting with his grandchildren. So I can't wait to see what. Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited.
So Wilson V. As in a fifth of bourbon? Like, let's be really careful about what we name this.
I think this is Cinco.
Probably a better way to do it. Probably a better way to do it.
I hope I haven't upset my son and daughter-in-law. But
well, you call them before we release this. You call them. I would
this may be released about the time the baby's due.
That's probably true. Right.
Let's go 2025.
I've had the best time with you guys in 2024. I am.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
It's been a while since I've looked forward to the new year in a truly optimistic, excited way, but I am. I'm looking forward to seeing what we can bring together as a team. I'm looking forward to what life brings our way. And again, just being open. You got to be open and ready. Something's going to happen that you didn't plan for.
Exactly.
But it might be the best thing that's ever happened to you.
Exactly.
So I hope that you're willing to be open to trying new flavors. I hope you're willing to keep it fresh and
don't get stuck.
No matter how old or no matter what your experience has been, don't get stuck. Don't get stale. Guys, it's been just a fun, enjoyable year. I have had the best time getting a little closer to you guys and getting this podcast flying and off the ground. And anyway, I've we're moving into a new year. We're moving into a new era, and we've hopefully put some oxygen into some people's lives, not only your own, but some of the listeners who follow us. So we got a lot to look forward to.
It's only going to get better.
We got a lot to look forward to. Yes, I'm trying to be Oprah. Jump off the couch.
And you get a fantastic year, and you get a fantastic year, and everybody's going to win. Woo! Don't go stale.
Don't go stale. And don't be afraid to try new flavors. I don't care what you've done or where you've been. There's always something new waiting for you around the corner. Be open to it. Do-do-do-do-do.
Rewind.
Just a little editing.
Feels like, please God.
Just pause that for a second.
A minute ago, Bill said, I think we're too far gone.
No,
but yet, here we are.
We're doing this. We're doing
3.